Do you ever catch yourself and realize you're not using your methods? Do you ever catch yourself and say, wow, I really missed that because I was fixating on that and I thought it was bad or that was good, and I'm like, okay, I just got infatuated. I just got this, I just got that.
Do I get infatuated at times? Sure. If I see a 12 on a Richter scale female, I still have my eyes notice it. But I immediately, pretty quickly, if not immediately, know through associations that there's a price for that. So I guess I've been able to work with so many people and in my own life to see that there's two sides to it. So don't be fooled by the distractions. That's a fatal attraction.
Right.
You know, that's Glenn Close. I'm Michael Douglas now.
Right. If you pursue that further, it's going to lead in tears.
Distracting. So I love being around beautiful women. I love that. I got beautiful women all over, but I don't cross the line because I find that that's distracting. Now you get into drama. But I still love the beauty as a stimulus because it inspires. Anytime you see excellence, it inspires. Anytime you surround yourself with people that do extraordinary things, it inspires. I don't think anybody would argue with that. They know that in their life. I guess that's why they go run off to watch Heroes, because they want to be feeling that they're somehow identifying with that. And it's only because they're not honoring it in themselves that they're the spectator. When they honor it, they're the participant. But yeah, I get distracted by some things. Sometimes I misinterpret things, and I have to get my method out and neutralize it out on the spot. And that happens.
On the flip side of that, are there other sometimes tragedies? What's the opposite of infatuation, where you can temporarily dwell on the downside of something? Well,
if your brain, this is interesting. I've worked with enough heroin addicts and drug addicts and stuff.
I used to be a drug addict.
Well, then you maybe relate to this. If a person's in an extremely opiate high, the brain will create paranoia and fear of loss and scares, and it'll bring in nightmares and things like that in order to keep that back balanced. So if I take an individual who's taking an opiate or maybe a cocaine high, and I get them into the moment when they're high and get all of the content, the modalities and submodality distinctions of their content of their mind at the moment of that, and then find out where the opposite is occurring while they're in that state, and show them it's balanced, all of a sudden that high's gone. And I've been able to take 6 people, only 6 though, I don't really work with a lot, but I've got 6 people that came off opiates without any side effects. Because it wasn't the drug that was causing the side effect when it was withdrawn, it was the associations in the mind. And if I rebalanced those association minds, they came off the drug. So these are in the mind. So if you go into high, just like you have a trauma, you dissociate into ecstasy. If you have an ecstasy, you also have a balancing act that goes into trauma and paranoia and anxieties. That's why people who confuse fantasies with real objectives, an objective has both positives and negatives. And the executive center is designed to mitigate risks, to plan things out with foresight, to think of anything that could go wrong, mitigate them, come up with a solution so you're not anxious. You have a plan. But when people are in their amygdala, they want to avoid a pain and seek a pleasure. So they set up a goal that they think is a fantasy. I want happiness without sad. Almost all that self-help, personal development, positive thinking moods says, don't think of the negative, only think of the positive. Well, that will get you in trouble. And Davidius just mentioned that yesterday. So what happens if you go and you think you're going to get a one-sided world, your intuition is going to point out your anxieties, your fears, your doubts, your uncertainties. And you're going to think, I need to get rid of that. No, it's doing its job. Your brain is doing its job to make sure that you're not pursuing a blind fantasy, and it's pointing out the negatives. And if you take each one of those negatives and you find out and mitigate it 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 with foresight and plan through it, the fantasy's gone and so is the fear, and now you're back into an objective. And your executive center is trying to transform fantasies into objectives so you're not going into futility, you're going into utility.
I see. So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. I'm looking for partners, collaborators, colleagues who want to join forces with me around the globe and create real value, generational wealth, and financial freedom for everyone else around the world. Get involved in the cryptocurrency markets, get involved in the NFT markets. This is your moment. Life all comes down to a few moments. Don't let this pass. Now it's not too late. Next year's going to be too late. Ultimately, this is about freedom. That's the way I see it. This is about giving power back to the people and enabling billions of people worldwide to use the financial markets to improve their lives and those of their friends and their families and their communities. Honestly, I think it's a violation of human rights not to allow people basic access to financial services. Because right now people are being kept in the dark, they're being robbed of education, and it's a travesty. And so I'm looking for people that want to join me and be a part of this solution. And that all happens inside the DeFi Academy. The gains my students are making are absolutely amazing. Double, triple digit gains in the first month alone. That's amazing. This will change your life. Now is the time to get involved. I'm gonna tell you exactly how my students in my academy made money in the last 30 days. I'm talking about real trading results. And let me just whet your appetite a little bit. Let me hit you with some numbers. I'm talking Brendan from New Zealand is up 68.77% on the month. Steve from Europe up 83%. Albert in Singapore up 169.9% on one single trade. I got Susan up 153% on her call options alone, also rocking 139% returns and 442% returns as well on individual trades. These are people that are changing their financial future in the last 30 days, but it's based on trading discipline. I've graduated over 500 students from inside my academy from over 54 countries around the world. It's amazing. When it comes to crypto, DeFi, and blockchain, we love this space. We truly believe it's the future. This is down to our core. It's authentic to what we're doing, and everybody can tell through the camera because you can't make this stuff up. If you're watching me now, wherever you are, I implore you, take 60 seconds right now and join my academy. Apply today. Now you've got a chance. Life all comes down to a few moments. What are you gonna do? What's the choice that you're going to make?